CMC, for the people, by the people, and to the people. Citizens Movement for Change. Oh yes, a new day has come. Yes, a new day has come. Rise up, Liberia. CMC, for the people. CMC, by the people. Let us join our hands together to build a better life. CMC, CMC, for the people. CMC, by the people. Let us join our hands together to build a better life. Equity, national unity, transparency, accountability, social justice, integrity, CMC core values. CMC Global. It is a new day for Liberia. It is a new day for the people. Let's all together. Let's all together. It's a unity. Raise up your hands. CMC. The land of liberty, the light of freedom, the love of liberty brought us together. Let's hold together in peace and unity to build a better Liberia. CMC, CMC, for the people. CMC, yes, by the people. Let's hold together in peace and unity to build a better Liberia. CMC, CMC, yes, for the people. CMC, yes, by the people. Let's hold together in peace and unity to build a better Liberia. CMC, yes, 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 the time has come.
Great. You getting me there? Welcome.
I couldn't hear you before, but I was telling you hi, but I guess you couldn't hear me. But hi, how
Yeah.
are you? Can you guys please turn the show on in the background so I won't be distracted? I would appreciate that. Thank you.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Uh, so we want to just welcome everyone. I see Binta Ability is here. My own self, Binta, is here. Could you please share the show for us? If you're just joining us, this is the Political Insight, Liberia Insight. This is the show where you come for us to discuss issues, socio-political issues relating to Liberia, trendy socio-political issues relating to Liberia. We also enjoy, because we
So,
enjoy
madam,
being
on this.
members of Citizens Movement for Change, CMC for short, to
Yes.
see all of the wonderful good news that is happening in CNC. In studio with me, I have Ansu and Henry. I also have Mr. Smith
I see
Toby.
you. Yeah. Yeah.
Mr. Smith, can you
That is
please
a
read
more
yourself?
like
Yes, who always join me on the show. He's also going to be, there are times when I'm not going to be here. He's going to be moderating the show, and others will be moderating the show. Uh, here, Ansu, can you please post the link in the chat room? Tonight,
like
I'll be joined by
where
Namwe and also Mr. Toby. Can you please mute?
yeah.
Mr. Toby, can you please mute yourself? Mr. Toby, thank you. I'll be joined tonight by Mr. Nangwe He is the Secretary General for CMC, and I'll also be joined by the chair lady of CMC, the chairperson of CMC USA Canada. So if you're watching and you just want to, you know, learn about what's going on in CMC or learn about some of the trending issues that are going in Liberia, this is the place to be. If you're driving and you are somewhere between Kakata and Nimba or Bunk County, I want you to please join us. If you working, during your night shift, whether you are a security person, security guard at a home or an agency, tune in. We'll give you the news. Uh, and if you just, about getting dressed, today is Friday, we know that. And maybe you're going somewhere tonight, but before you get ready or while you're there and it's quite boring, maybe you just step out, join us here on the Political Insight. Um, I am waiting to see Mr. Toby. I know he traveled today. I wanted him to give us some rundown, some up stories relating to the CMC. But before he does that, we can start. I know that I was also waiting for Mr. Namwe, who was supposed to be the moderator today, but he's not here. But we can get started. I first of all, if you guys don't mind, Ansu and Henry, can you just basically tell us some of the news or events that are going on in Liberia and some of your thoughts?
Be great to be here again tonight. That especially on the weekend edition of this show. Yeah, wonderful. So many things happening back home. Uh, our country is just politically charged. With just when I say politically charged, in a sense that the politics is just hard in Liberia. It's that we are around 2029. We are still in 2025, but the way how the grind is charged, the way things going on, it's just that we are around election. So a lot of things happening home, and I think the opposition, especially from the camp of a CMC, is placing more pressure on this government. So there are a lot of things happening. When I say pressure, for now, the engagement of all the citizen movement for change, the CMC, regular engagement into action with our citizen in the rural area, Gibi County, Basa, Bon County, Nima County. That places a very huge tax on the government. So there are a lot of things from yesterday to today. We've been following some of the stories, things that are happening home. It first started from yesterday on the commission of the few buses, and where the government start to get some kickback for the very first time from the sea at the early stage where you see citizens being disenchanted with the government, booing at the president and his team, with on the parade with those buses, and the some disenchanted citizens were there, the booing, and someone asked me, but I said, what's going on? And I told the guys, I said, I think what is happening now is that the people feel that there are other things need to be done. That some things need to be done, and the government can just keep being free, relax, give other people a chance because government cannot do it all. So the government keep creating, more harm. Government keep creating, have more avenue for the opposition where you keep stopping some key figure in the opposition for
Okay.
doing certain things. The people start to hate you. So how
All
much
right.
you take 35 or 30 pieces of buses, the buses around the town to parade, and
Thank you.
see talking about 26 yellow machine. So they are seeing like there's nothing strange, there's nothing new. So the feedback was just too bad
Thank
yesterday.
you,
Uh,
Ansu.
at the same time, what this riot that took place too with
Yes.
evasion. Yeah,
Yeah,
in
we'll
some
get to
part of
that.
the Reddit
Thank
era.
you. Yes, we'll
Yes.
get to that, Ansu. Thank you. There are a lot of us on the show tonight, so I encourage all of us panelists to just be mindful as we are responding to different issues, not to monopolize the show. I'm just asking you guys to just be mindful when you respond to questions or thoughts. Make sure that your thoughts are briefed so that we won't be taking away the time. We were here. Those of you who are joining us, we are here. It's 6:30. We're here for 2 hours. So it's generally about what 1:30 in Liberia when we end. It's 1:30, right? Yes, but when we end here, it's about 8:30 our time, but I believe 1:30 Liberia time. So if you're just joining us, I want to just tell you to share the show. I want to thank all of you panelists for taking time out of your busy schedule to be here. And I'm sure all of the partisans of CMC appreciate you. Um, Madam Victoria Zulu, we talked earlier. How are you doing today? You look very beautiful in your African attire. I forgot today we were supposed to to outdo. We're supposed to outdo Madam Binta who came here and she just came to outdo us, but she didn't know she had a force to reckon with, and she and she had a force in the name of Miss Victoria Santolo Zoo and in the name of Dr. Francine Chenoweth because I have tons of African clothes. I don't even want to begin to wear it. But I was home today, panelists, and running some errands. I was just really tired because Thursday, as you guys know, is my busy day, and so I'm just recuperating, and so I completely forgot about the our appearance tonight. But I just want to tell you, Madam Victoria Zulu, you look beautiful. You look just perfect in your African outfit. So tell us about what's on your mind and your thoughts for the day. We can't hear you. We're not hearing you. Okay, so as Madam Victoria Zulu, as she manages herself and get get through whatever glitch she's going through. I want you, if you're just joining us, I will recognize you. I recognize Madam Binta Ability. She said, "Good evening, good morning, family." Yes, we're a big CMC family. Darius Tokla, he's watching from Ghana, Nimba. Omaru Sela is joining us from Manila, Philippines. Oh, wow. Omaru, Manila, Philippines. And Mustafa Kenneth is joining us. He said, "May God bless the CMC um, in endeavor. May God grant their wishes. May the united between now continue to increase with sincerity and love." Yes. Thank you for praying for us, Mustafa. And of course, I will go to Winston, and then we'll go back to Mr. Toby, and then if Vicky ready, she'll let us know. What are your thoughts? What are you thinking about today? It could be personal, it could be Liberia as a whole, but of course, Liberia is always on our mind.
Okay. Thank you, Dad, and thanks to all of the panelists on the show tonight. Mr. Toby, I think you have to mute yourself. There's a feedback from your end. You have to mute yourself when. All right. So let me say good evening to all of our followers. Good evening to Sis Vicky and Sue Herring Studio, Dr. Richardson, and Mr. Smith Toby. It's good to be here tonight. From where I sit, I want to say good evening again to all of our viewers. So, I'm just concerned about the situation in Liberia. Every morning when you wake up, you hear that there's a riot in Liberia, or one way or other, the rule of law have been violated. One way or other, someone have committed crime and all of that. So I think it is much more, important that we discuss Liberia as a whole to make sure that, some of those different things can be curtailed from our society, because Liberia is every one of our denominator. I'm sorry for the poor quality of my voice. I've traveled to the northern part of Rwanda, so I sat in car for 5 hours. I just reached to where I came to. But
Oh,
I just want to say it's good to discuss Liberia, the
thank you.
generality of the problems in Liberia, and I look forward to seeing us discussing Liberia. And again, today I followed the CMC official Facebook page where I saw the PL going in my GB breaking ground for a modern school there. I think it's a good thing that we should talk about tonight as well. And thanks to everyone, and thanks to you that are registering for the commitment and level of work you are doing in the diaspora to make sure that we are well coordinated in different chapters to represent the CMC in the diaspora. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Miss Vicky, can we go back to you? And then I'm going to, Mr. Nama is supposed to be the official moderator for the night, and I will go to turn it over to him as soon as we can make sure that we can hear you, Miss Vicky. Can we? Oh, we can't hear you. Uh, we were just kind of taking our rounds, doing our opening comments. I was going to go to Mr. Smith Toby, and then so we'll do Mr. Toby, and then I'll just turn the moderating to you then.
Okay, so let me say good day to the team. It's been a wonderful time. And I'm wondering that if you can share the show in the Insight platform that we are
Yes,
working on.
I can. I can.
Yes, so please do. Please do. I'm sure last night we were on that platform while we were also on our
It is
usual
shared there.
platform.
It is shared
It
there.
is there. Okay,
Yes.
that's good. Okay,
Mhm.
so let me say good day again. It's my pleasure. You see, my bike is a little bit different because I'm currently in Secretary from Mangibi, where the political leader and his team were on today. The good news here is that we finally hooked up with Secretary, so the program is live by radio. We are covered and we on the program. So we got Secretary now live here, and we got Truth FM Morovia. By Monday, we will have Banga, Voice of Bond, joining our coverage space. So let me say congratulations to all of us, and thanks to the PL who thought otherwise that we come this far, and to make sure that the team in Sector PA can also cover our broadcasts while we are on the air. So I just want to inform all of you that right now we are live in Sector PA via the platform, and we can rest assured that by Monday, Banga will be covered through Voice of Palm. So I just want to wish all of you well. We'll be here for a while, and then we'll keep talking.
Just if I can just jump in, Mr. Nagwe, as I turn the show over to you for moderation, I just want to tell you that I'm very pleased and happy for the addition of the Banga Radio and also the radio encyclopedia. I'm just happy that we'll be here. We'll be able to spread the news and the good news of CMC and our ability and our interest in transforming Liberia. We are serious and we are ready. And I want to thank you and also thank our political leader. So again, thank you, Mr. Toby, for your hard work. I want to again, Mr. Nangman, let me go over to you and you take over the show.
Oh, thank you very much, Dr. Richardson. It is good to be with you all. I have to admit I struggled a little bit, but I'm finally here. I'm glad I got in. When you set me up today, it didn't occur to me that I need to come here. I shouldn't set up an account. So I tried using the link, but it is good to be with you all. I'm very happy and excited to be here. Let me also thank Mr. Cooper for joining us all the way from East Africa, and Mr. Toby. Thank you very much for all the hard work. Last time when we were talking, you were in Margibi, and now you are in Saclay. So it looks like nobody can keep up with the PL if you have to chase him around. You got to be on your toes. So thank you for all that you do. Let me also thank Henry and Ansu for holding the fort. Thanks for producing for us. I think Vicky is also struggling where I am. So I hope she will find her way back to join us. But Mr. Toby, thank you again for the updates. Talk to us a little bit, maybe 2 or 3 minutes, on what this coverage means in terms of how far and why we are and how far we intend to get, and what it means in terms of spreading our message as a, young and upcoming newest kid on the block, political party, the CMC.
Well, I think the added radio stations will give us a very wide coverage. We know that the Truth FM in Monrovia is the metropolitan base, hub of the Renaissance Communications Incorporated.
Okay.
Their coverage comes as far as Mangibi. Beyond Mangibi, it is not possible to get them, beam through the rest of the counties after Mangibi.
Okay.
But with the inclusion of the station here in Nimba, their frequency, which is 96.9, can beam from Secretariat into Banga, and it goes into Granjide, and it goes into parts of Guinea, and it goes into parts of, so it covered the entire Nima. So at this stage, we can tell you that we got Nima covered. The entire Nima County is covered from the San Code, that's the Secretary hub, where the Truth FM 96.9 is where I am tonight. So the station here covered the entire Nima and extend into Banga. So by Monday, once we are hooked up with Banga, that means Banga will fill us into Lofa.
Okay.
And then it tells you that we got a very big space of coverage. So the people in Bond County will get us on the platform, and the Nimba team will take us into Grand Jide and into River G.
Brilliant.
And then, of course, so it's a very big space, and it's going to give us a very big advantage in terms of our listenership, even though we're working on the timing, and like we discussed last evening with the political leader. We're trying to make this competitive. We're trying to add more taste, so that as we expand, it's going to give us the advantage in terms of the listenership. So again, the panel is going to get bigger, and the listenership is going to get wider. So I think that's the added advantage that these stations will bring to the broadcast.
Thank you very much. Thank you. So let me ask you, because just now when I typed in the Political Lounge on Facebook, I got the old program. I had to type in CMC dash diaspora USA to get here. So how do we redirect our people? I think some people might be struggling trying to get us.
So I know very well where we are right now. We are on the Political Lounge page. When I signed in here in Secretary,
Okay.
what I monitored was the last program from last evening.
From last evening,
And
correct.
So I had to wait a few minutes until I signed in. And
Okay.
then when the program started, I think they started maybe 2 minutes after the allotted time. So
Got you.
I also experienced that when I signed in here in Secretary. It was
Okay.
2 minutes after the time, but then we got it right, and so we are all on. And I'm sure with Dad there and the rest of the team, we can make it better. Those technical things will keep happening. We will get settled in a little bit more, and I'm sure as we go on day by day, it's going to get better.
Okay. All right. Thank you. So I just experienced the same thing that you said. I was taken to the previous page, but if you get on that page and click on the Political Lounge, it will then bring you to where we are tonight. So if there's anyone out there who is struggling finding us, what Mr. Toby is saying, the PLD took down some of the links last night because what we found out we were spreading all of our viewers all over the. Go ahead.
Well,
I'm sorry.
let me also add, Mr. Toby,
Like right now, that just 1 minute. Like right now, I'm sure we are on. See 1, 2, 3, 4 different platforms.
Exactly.
Last night we were on too many platforms at the same time. So what the PL did, he had to shut down, I think, 2 of the other platform, and the rest of the viewership on that platform came to where we were, broadcasting. So we had over almost 300 persons on the platform last and following us. So that if you can do the same, maybe keep the CMC diaspora page active, keep this political launch active,
Yes.
and of course, and the insight, like the insight active, and the rest of the page, you can just close them. The viewers on that page will come to where we are.
Yes, that's what I was trying to say. That when I pre-scheduled the show today, I only schedule what, like, the political insight,
Okay.
ideas insight. That was the name. That is the name of the show now. I scheduled that Liberia's insight, and I
Excuse
also
me, Doc.
scheduled.
Excuse me 1 second, Doc. Guys, can we mute this feedback? We're getting
I
feedback.
think it's from Mr. Tobic.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
And so CMC, let me just see the name here. I'm getting CMC USA Diaspora. So there's about 4 pages.
Yes.
Here's Insight, my page, which is on.
Yes.
Yeah, and then also the YouTube is also
The
on,
YouTube is on.
and
Yes.
Liberia Insight. So that's
Yes.
why, and we're going to keep it this way as we move along, and hopefully our viewers will find us here.
Okay.
That's why I wanted to add. We'll get there. It's
Yeah,
taking some time. We're learning, and as we move along, we'll learn and get there.
that's right. All right. Thank you. Thank you, Doc. Um, um, Mr. Smith, I believe you were done with that segment of it. You're muted. Okay.
I'll go ahead, Mr. Nangman.
Yeah, so I think we all know he's not at his usual spot, and so I think he's struggling there. But I wanted you to talk a little bit about what happened in Margibi today. But it looks like we had difficulties getting. I know there was a dedication last night. The PR was here. He talked about that. Winston, you were here with me, and Doug was tied up. But he did tell us that they were going to do a high school groundbreaking today in Margibi. And so today, somehow, some kind of video surfaced purporting to be a government senior high school in, I think, Kakata, they said. It was just funny to me that, on the day that, this competition thing here is getting to be funny. So, but anyway, I also read that the House now is citing the Minister of Public Works to come in and talk to them about the rationale behind the government through the Minister of Public Works trying to stop the bridge construction in Bong. This I was reading it as I was coming on. I don't know if any of you have spent some time on that, Doug Winston, any of you, but it says here he's supposed to appear on Tuesday, November 18th. And this is after lawmakers accuse him of unilaterally. This is what caught my eye. So this is funny because, I mean, if for anyone who has come on my page, I know that you have a number of the UP people, they've been trying to explain to me my lack of understanding of how government works, and that this was a government decision. The government has a responsibility to build bridges and roads and whatever. And political parties are not supposed to be doing this, yada, yada. And now we're finding out this must have been a unilateral decision on the part of the Minister of Public Works, just here alone. So it'll be interesting to see what happens on Tuesday. But I'm almost 80 to 90% confident that we will be given a go-ahead to go ahead and build a bridge. The citizens of that area have made it known that they will not allow the CMC to take their materials away because we are ready to deploy those materials elsewhere we have a lot of projects. Last night, this PL announced that an approval and sourcing, funding has been sourced for 6 additional bridges at about $412,000 a piece. When I did the math, that's almost $2.5 million worth of work that has been approved. And so we have a lot coming down the pike. We're ready to go. And so we're ready if if the government will not allow us to continue with the work over the George River Bridge, we'll take our materials and deploy them somewhere else. Because some of these are sitting in the open, they are exposed to the elements, and they run the risk of being destroyed. Winston, I was wondering if you have any thoughts on that. How do you think this is going to go at the Capitol building, given that already there are allegations before even the hearing begins?
Thank you, Mr. Nangwe. And I think that if you are the one controlling the studio, you could just keep Mr. Tobe at the back. I think he's facing some internet problem, yeah, to get the stage better for our viewer. So yeah, that's good. That's a really good question, Mr. Nangwe. I think we were here last night when I asked the PL concerning, what possible outcome the people of Bon County going to get from the appearance of the minister. I think this whole thing was supported by the calling of the minister to hearing. I think it was supported by the consistent fight for the people of Bon County. The people been coming out speaking about this bridge project. You've been seeing community chairmen, most especially chairmen from the region where the bridge have to be built and all of that. They have been coming out speaking about, the government should give the go ahead to CMC to be able to construct this bridge projects. So I think it's a very good thing. The fact that we are watching to see the minister appearing on Tuesday to respond to the different questions lawmakers will be asking in the interest of their people. And one thing the PR showed us last night on the show is that by all means, CMC is going to construct that bridge. He have worked around other colleagues, and they have identified, or in other way, they have realized that the decision of the public work to put help to that project, it was a unilateral decision. As such, is going to be questioned. And what the PR showed last night is that the CMC is going to construct that bridge. But this is what I want to end on. I think the people of Bon County deserve better. The fact that the people are situated in a central region of the country, I think development should focus in Bon County. But one thing that have led the people at one thing that have led Bon County not to be developed at this point is because of the different politics, and everybody want to show strength with Bon County. Everybody want to be political godfather. As such, they don't want anybody coming in the county to do development to take glory. So I think this thing is wrong. The people of Bon County deserve better. So the fact that all of government officials in the county, all of representatives, all of senators in the county realize that it is necessary for us to be able to work together for this bridge to be constructed. I think they are going to find reason, and they are going to give the go ahead to CMC to construct the bridge. And this is what I can say to you, that the PR are assured that this bridge is going to be constructed, and the people of Bon County are going to receive a mauling and well constructed bridge from the CMC, and we can commit to that. And after Tuesday, the people of Bon County will again rejuvenate their future, and they hope to see a new bridge for the people of Bon County.
Thank you, Winston. Vic, welcome back. Hope you can hear us now. Let's try your audio.
I've been hearing you. You don't hear me.
Okay. All right, we'll come back to you, Dr. Richardson. I know you're busy, but you're here with us. The CMC is shaking things up. I gotta tell you, even though we are away, but we hear all the stuff that goes on, and it looks like a lot of people are becoming kind of jittery about what we're doing. This minister now is turning out, it looks like he just acted on his own. And so here we are. He is risking the people in that community rising up against the government. Two, he is committing the government to almost $500,000 because that bridge, that's how much it's going to cost. Does this government, does it have the appetite for, what he's bringing on this government? It looks like it's going to be pretty tricky on Tuesday.
Yeah, Mr. Name, as you started the conversation by saying the Unity Party people may be attacking others, and one of their favorite line is to state, nobody understands how government works. But you can see that government does not work by a minister unilaterally making a decision about a bridge. So it's almost to the point of witch hunting or the point of denying the people of Bond County the right to be able to have a decent, well-constructed bridge. So, what would get in the head of someone like the Minister of Public Works, Roland Giddens, to just say, I need this, and only apply it to the political leader in the CMC political party when they are trying to transform Liberia and make Liberia a better place. We have right now a presidential palace, okay, as they call it, that is being built in Foya, Lofa. If you ask some of the key principals of the government, they will tell you they don't know how the money or who's building in Foya. Just as recently on the T-Max show, the minister Giddens was asked, tell us about what you know about the presidential palace in Foya. He said that we have to go to the executive mansion to find out the answer to that before he came around and said that he couldn't speak about it because it was security, it has security implications. So to me, it suggests that, these people, number one, they are not communicating with the Liberian people. They are witch hunting, picking and choosing. That is not how a government is supposed to work. Okay? You make decisions as we do in CMC as a team. Okay? Everybody's supposed to be aware. But I want to side with something that Winston said. Winston said, he was thanking the people of Bond County. I want to join you, Winston, in saying kudos to the people of Bond County. Kudos to the leaders who stood firm and stood their ground, saying that we need a bridge in our county. We are tired of seeing our pregnant women struggle to move from their village to go find a clinic where they can deliver their child. We are tired of seeing students praying and holding on to dear life as they cross over the bridge to go to school. They have to hold their book bag. We're tired of just seeing people being fearful just to cross this one bridge, because you know what fear does to you? It confuses you. It traumatizes you. Okay? We're tired of people just dying in the bridge, and the people of Bond County knew that. Another thing Winston said, and then I'll be quiet, that was just in the manner and in the direction in which the PL is thinking development. We have Bond County, a central location. What my husband and I were thinking last night. Almost everything passes through Bond County. You can go from Bond County to Lofa. You can go from Bond County to Nima. You can go from Bond County to Morovia. You can even go to some places that pass through Bond County. I mean, part of people Bassa. Some people in Bond County, that got Bond County Bassa people. Okay, get to Bassa. So it's such a central location to appear to look the way that it looks for development not to be happening in that area. So I want to just say again, this is the purpose of CMC. We will transform Liberia in a fast way, not the slow-paced way that they're doing, full of bureaucracy way, fast way, but staying to the law and respecting the people.
So, Mr. Nangwe, I don't know if I can just add on to what that I've said already.
Sure, please do.
One of the signs to this whole thing to know that, or to tell the people of Bond County that their fight for the CMC to construct this bridge will will yield results is, this government they made it clear to us that there's some money in the budget for the construction of that bridge. And if you see, let's go back to 2025 fiscal year budget. If you check the budget, there were no money in the budget for that bridge. Now, if you see the 2026 fiscal year budget, there is no money in the budget for bridge in Bond County, for that particular bridge in Bond County.
Right.
So it shows clearly to you that the government do not even have the resources right now to say that go to Bond County and build that bridge, only because they want to make Honorable Musa Hassan Bedede unpopular in Bond County. So it's a very clear sign to you that the government is going to accept this bridge construction to take place. So no need to panic. The people of Bond County just have to relax now. Their fight for the construction of that bridge, their cry have been heard. And the fact that the minister is going to hearing on Tuesday, what we can assure them is that that bridge is going to be constructed by CMC. That's what I wanted to say.
Well, thank you very much, Winston. Again, the government is supposed to, like I would say, read a room, and you should be in touch with the people. It looks as though this is another indication of being out of touch. Not realizing the things that matter to the people. The people are expressing their displeasure over the decision. Another case in point, yesterday, the president was in the streets parading with several buses that he brought in. The reports are that I think there were 35 of them. I think at other times, people would have been in the street jubilating. But right now, the people's priorities have been reordered. There are other things now that matter more than no buses. I think they were shocked yesterday that people actually came out and booed the president. I don't know. I don't think we're going to do this story. I'm just kind of quickly bringing it. So I don't think we queued a video or anything. But you did. I mean, I saw my friend Anthony Kesley trying to put a spin on it. But several media outlets, carry this video with the people actually booing the president. I've never seen this in a very, very long time. If even I've seen it in Liberia. I don't think we've seen that in recent times.
Yeah, it is concerning to me, Mr. Namwe, that the president was booed. Even though the United Party people might want to spin this and say, oh, people were celebrating. I saw a video where they only show people celebrating. Yes, this is what should happen when people are happy with your government. They will celebrate throughout. The United Party should be paying attention to the fact that the president was booed when he was bringing in buses to alleviate some of the traveling pains of our people. And so that is concerning. That should be concerning to the United Party. It should be concerning to all Liberians that the fact that this president is bringing in buses and Liberians were not happy. And as you spoke, Mr. Namwe, the polarization that this government has caused in our country and the lack of prioritizing the people, as recently seen in the budget that was presented, makes the people unhappy. They don't care. So it's almost at a point like, no matter how much good that this president does, the people are not happy, and that is concerning. Okay. On the other hand, Mr. Nami, if you allow me, I posted a video up not a video of our political leader, who is very much concerned about transportation and development in the country. On a couple of shows, and I'm sure last night I didn't watch because I was teaching, mentioned that he is also bringing in 26 yellow machines, and embedded in those yellow machines, I heard him say that he was bringing in buses. I don't know if you guys heard him say that as well. So this is a private.
He did. Sorry, go ahead. He did. He's going to, put his hand into transportation as well. Yes.
Yeah. So, so this is a private individual who has worked very hard for his money. And yes, usually in the past, we've seen government officials who've worked and spent their money on maybe building, purchasing lavish homes in the other developing country. But this political leader is saying, I stand with the people. I am going to support the Liberian people. I heard him say on a station, and I'm sure you are there, Mr. Namwe, where he said, um,
You're muted, huh?
sorry, I heard him say that he worked hard for his money.
Yeah.
He's making a choice to support the Liberian people, to spend his money right in Liberia, and that he was going to make sure that he uses his machines to make roads pliable in Liberia. He said wherever roads were not in Liberia, they were not pliable. That's what he was going to do. He was going to make sure that they are pliable. So who's speaking like that for the people in Liberia? That's what I want to ask. Who is
Yeah.
speaking for the Liberian people? But yes, I'll stop there.
Absolutely, and thank you. Yeah, I mean, the PL, just like all of us, has made known his humble beginnings. He sold gasoline by the roadside. I mean, he says that, and so yeah, he lived through this. He understands what it means, to be without, and he has committed himself to a lifetime of helping people, relieving people. But again, coming back to the whole transportation thing, he's doing it the way we think right now. Given the circumstances that people are faced with, this is how you do it. First of all, you condition the roads. Make sure the buses can ply the road before you go out and bring the buses, because these buses, they're designed for roads that we don't have yet in Liberia. And I think that people understand that this is why the appreciation seems to be completely so lacking. So Musa Hassan Ability is saying, okay, he just said that. I think he's going to China in the next week or two. The contract has been already, done. Some over $3 million. He said that on another network. But he's on his way to China to go now and inspect those pieces. But he's bringing in 26 pieces of yellow machines. I'm particularly excited because he says 17 of those are going to the southeast. I'm very happy about this. Really excited. As a matter of fact, he'll be addressing my people
I hope
tomorrow.
he put keep on in his budget or in his plans. So okay, because yeah, you excited about the service, my keep on people. I hope he puts keep on in the plans. So
Yeah. Also, but yeah, Doc, I mean, how long have we not been hearing about 285 machines? And so they're not happy because the CMC is showing how not to govern, rather how to govern, and so they are doing it the way not to do it, and we continue to I'm not going to say we're upstaging them, but we're going to show to our people how to do it, how it is done, how to do it right, and so yeah, they're going to try to stop us everywhere we go because it's beginning to embarrass them. But the problem there is when they stop us, the area has already acquired a certain taste from the expectation. When they stop us, they have to go back and immediately replace us and substitute what we were trying to do. They don't have the capacity. I mean, the PL has not made it any secret. They don't have it. So it's going to be difficult for them. I think if they're smart, they will collaborate with us and let's share the credit, because a government is supposed to work as private public partnership. Work with us, and you some of the success which will rub on you. I think they're smart. That's what they would do. But trying to stop us, because when you stop us, we're like a balloon. You squeeze us on this on this side, we're popping out on the other side, and they can't keep up with us.
yeah,
They were behind us in the northwest. Babu was okay. You stay there. We came into now
we
they
will remain law-abiding citizens. But I just wanted to sneak this in. They claimed that they were bringing in yellow machine today. I heard them say that they were taking loan from Echo Bank to subsidize part of their amount or the cost of the yellow machine, which is so interesting because they didn't speak to the Liberian people about this. All we knew that they had the money,
Yep.
that they were going, they
No,
were
that the machine were a handshake from a friend, right? We're not supposed to pay a dime.
there you
That
go.
was,
Now,
that was the first story. We were not supposed to, this was a friendly gesture. We were not supposed to pay a dime for this machine. That was the first story that came. And then the guy came from South Africa and he came to collect. And then we heard $50 million was being squeezed into the budget. And so then the vice president was authorized to take a look at this thing. So they're thinking from $80 million to now 20 something million. Even the 20 something million, didn't get it. But you know, you continue with your point.
yes. So anyway, let Winston come. I'm sure he has what's the point. It's just becoming a Pinocchio story. You know, when
Yep.
Pinocchio lied, his nose just grew and grew and grew. It's
Yep.
becoming a Pinocchio story. You know, the first thing is someone unilaterally decided that we can't build a bridge. Then the second thing is we having stories from this government that doesn't make sense. You know, they're not speaking to the Liberian people. You know, we're not in the know. Then you expect Liberian people to be happy when you bring brush for them. No,
No.
not that
And,
big.
and you do study human behavior for a living, that now you wonder why other Marcos every time they get, because they're frustrated when Jerry Limipia mounts are putting or Daniel Sano, they're ready to unleash the Marcos
That is true. That is true.
because they continue to get embarrassed. They're upset. You know,
That's true.
it's got to be very vexing to them. You
Yes.
know, but
Yes, very true. Very
if
true.
they
Yes.
start, they will come and collaborate with us. Who can do this together? Because we're not going to stop.
No.
We're
No.
not going to stop. We got 4 long years ahead of us. They will run out of breath. I mean, anyway.
Yes.
But we got 26 machines coming. The PR said by January. He
Yes.
expects these machines to be in Liberia. So he's on his way to China. He's going on to inspect his thing. And before you know, behold and look, from there he's coming here. You know, we're having our retreat. He said he's going through Canada and come down here. We're having a retreat on December 18th to the 21st. You know, we're gonna sit down and strategize and also have a good time. You know, we'll have fun, strategizing and planning on how to help our people. It's not gonna be a retreat where you go to Buchanan and you spend $500,000, you know, and then you come out, no report, you know, and then you know, the senator from Bakuli said he will return 300,000 Liberian dollars, and then he didn't return it. We didn't know where it is, but you know, that Liberia, we move. Winston, you got any last comment? I think Mr. Toby, I think Smith is struggling tonight. Obviously, he's not in Monrovia. So Mr. Cooper, Doug and I have been going at it for a while. Oh, there he is.
Okay.
Oh,
So I just want to take us back. I want to take us back a little bit. I want to take us to where we saw the video on the internet, the people booing at the NTA buses, they brought in the country. And I think I'm not really biblical, but I think the Holy Bible even talk about give a description. If you go in deep to define or to know what the Bible meant by give a description, it means you should assess what people want. You know, let's take for instance, Mr. Nangwe, you already, maybe your problem is not about phone. You have phone and I come and take another phone and give it to you. Think how well you're going to really appreciate me for what I've done to you. But I should assess what you want and at what time I'm supposed to give this to you. So right now, I just want to say that the Liberian people problem is not about transportation at this moment. It's about employment. If you look at the MCC scorecard, you saw the government, under the United Party government, they took employment from 100% and they brought it down to 9%. That means employment dropped by 91%. This is concerning to the people of Liberia. And the primary responsibility of every government is to create a safe environment for its citizens. The people of Liberia, the environment is not safe. So who cares about bringing 100 or 1,000 of NTA buses? If the environment is not safe for the people, you think they will have the means to go and sit in the NTA buses you bring? No. So I think it's just clear that the government needs to have a priority. You need to understand and identify the challenges of the people. This is why all of the development that CNC been doing is being welcomed by the people. That we've been seeing warm welcome. We've been seeing warm reception. I mean, and the people they've been working together to make sure that CMC is celebrated in all places and the development meet the needs of the people. So I think the government really needs to know what the problems of the Liberian people to make sure and be able to go in that direction. So with regards to the yellow machine, I think the PF said it. The yellow machine is going to come. I think is another again is another way of putting the government feet to fire, because this government first promised us that they were going to bring 200 and some more yellow machine in the country. Later on, they squeezed in the budget 80 million, and later it came down when the vice president got involved, it came down to 20 something million. But it will interest you to know that he have gone back to 30.7 million United States dollar again. And again, this come around, the vice president office is saying that they are not aware how the yellow machine came from 20 something million, it went to 30.7 million. So it's just concerning to the Liberian people. I think this is just another way of keeping the Liberian people off balance. Making empty promises that a yellow machine is going to come. But this time around, we hope to see the CMC yellow machine coming in the country and being sharing other places to make sure that farm to market roads are connected for our people. Thank you.
Well, thank you, Mr. Cooper. While we wait for Smith to settle in, let's recognize a few of our audience members, and please share the show. We told you we are transitioning, so we're on. I think a number of people will be having difficulties finding us, so you will help us by sharing the show. Let's say welcome to Binta Ability, one of our fellow panelists here. She said good evening and good morning. I guess already good morning where she is. Let's welcome Darius Tokwa. Darius watching us from Ganta, Nimba County. Omaru Sila. Omaru is watching us from Manila, the Philippines. Mustafa Kenan. Mustafa is joining us. Didn't say, but Mustafa is offering a prayer for the CMC. May God bless the CMC in its endeavors. Siliki Mohammed Kone. Say good evening, guys. Ansu Sekutela. Ansu is also joining us. Didn't say where from. Salome Aminata Kafumba Swari. My great CMC family. Mark Gunlaw. Thank you. I'm following you live from Sackley Pier, where the letter comes from every Sunday from the PL, Sackley Pier. Alio Ability, CMC, strong, we move. Maui Wilson, great and fallen from Carisburg. Elvis Zia, closely following from Nimba. God bless the CMC leader, Honorable Musa Ability. Lasana Kamara, good evening to you as well, Lasana. Peter Chuchu Akwe Greaves, hello to all. Vamuya Kamara, thank you all for joining us again. Please do share the show. Mr. Smith, welcome back. I hope you are situated now and ready to. We were just talking about the appearance of the Minister of Public Works next Tuesday at the Capitol, being cited by the legislators to give reason why he's trying to halt the construction of the bridge, and then we were also looking at the CMC's recent pronouncement of 26 pieces of yellow machine that will be coming in early next year, and what we hope to do. If you care to comment on any of this.
Okay, so I've been sitting back quietly following the show because it's relayed on the radio here in the secretary. So I followed all of the comments, on the show while I try to adjust the technical situation I've been experiencing here. So let me just again add up, since we're still talking about the CMC news. Let me just go back a little because I haven't commented on the groundbreaking today in Nyangoli, where the PL spent some time on today. Today was again a very good day for the people of Mangibi County, specifically in Nyangole. And you could see the frustration on the faces of the people. You could see uh, the the anxiety for development in the eyes of the people. At a certain point in time, the authority of the community thought to shy away from the groundbreaking. And so the commissioner and others who were expected, I'm sure they did that to save their job. Because at the end of the day, when the official of government, maybe those who recommended them to those positions, notice they're present, they also threaten their job. So a few of them thought to stay away, but the elders of the town decided to come out, and they came out in a very loud tone. Today, the space that were given for the construction of the new school were given by a church. A church decided to give portion of its facility to a school that stopped to eighth grade. And the space that was given with the deed, the land deed, the official deed of that property was presented to the political leader, and that portion will now be redone and demarcated so that the CMC can construct the school for the people. You could hear the chanting from the students, and apparently they've gotten news to politicians giving them money and not giving them development. So every election year, those politicians will take the Liberian dollars in their bag and take it to those towns and villages and distribute them on people, buying the vote of the people. So today, the students, the town people were chanting, "We want development. We don't want money. We want development. We don't want money." So it was a message that they receive a lot of money from politicians, but the community still remain deplorable. Along the way to Nyangoli, people are still drinking water from the creek. People are still fetching water, drinking water, not even hand pump. So, all of those things have given the people the anxiety to welcome the stability into their space. And they were so happy today. Finally, we broke ground for the school, and we are looking forward. Mr. Benedict have said upon the completion of this academic year, before the next school year begin, that complex will be ready for school and for students to get involved with the learning process. So it was a good exercise today, and I'm sure the people of Gangoli will now be looking through the bad road that he said on today. We also intend to do your road, but every time we intend to do this, the government will come after us. So go back to the government. If they fail to do the road, we will come to do the road. But we are not in competition with the government. The road we drove on today, if you see our backdrop videos, the videos that we've been posting on our CMC clip, on Twitter and other handle, you'll see how deplorable the road is. And to see vehicles making the way, the only genuine means of transportation on that road is by motorbike. And so today, yes, we went in there and we spent some time with the people. The students are happy, and we are looking forward to that project kicking off very soon, so that before the next school year, the building will be ready and the students will have a new structure with chairs and other facility to enhance the learning process. So that's the way of the CMC. And I heard you talked about the yellow machine and the public work, but let me come back to the yellow machine because I heard Dad talk about it as well. It is not just about the yellow machine. Mr. Benedict travel sometime very soon. We are not specific because, again, he is our political leader. His security is of concern to us. So all we say, he's going to be traveling sometime very soon to China. And the purpose of that visit is an inspection of the 26 pieces of yellow machines. Those machines will be accompanied by 20 buses, and that's the number both of you haven't gotten. I've heard you say buses will come and buses will come, but we can confirm that it's going to come in the country with 20 buses. And so those buses plus 26 yellow machines will form a part of the CMC next year package that's going to be coming out of China. And so while we're looking out for the 26 machine, we'll also be expecting 20 buses on the same day the yellow machines will be arriving. So they are all in package coming together. So the inspection is going on when the PU arrive in China. And as soon as those buses come, we will identify the routes of the buses, the transportation means to help the people of Liberia, between Banga and Nima, Bomi, and Cape Mount, Bassa, Monrovia, and other places that we know that those buses will be useful. We are not bringing in Tata buses. We are bringing buses of different model, and so it is not the usual Indian Tata buses. Every government in Liberia has received a package of Tata buses. So if you go to NTA, where the buses are stored, you see hundreds of buses that were donated either to former President Ellen Johnson Sirleaf that did not last. You see the same buses that were donated to former President Weah that did not last. And we've seen those same buses come back in different color and different form. Those are the same Tata buses. So we are bringing something different. And that's what we at CMC want to do. We always want to introduce different things in the development of our country. So yes, 20 buses will come to Liberia with 26 yellow machine early next year, and that is our way of enhancing the economic of our country from the buses standpoint. And for development, those yellow machines will go across the counties of Liberia, opening roads and making intervention where necessary. For the Minister of Public Works going to the House of Representatives on Tuesday, it is a good news. And why? Because Bond County and the people of Bond County will take no for yes, and they will take yes for yes. So they are not laying back, they are not sitting in their comfort. They are putting pressure on their county leadership, like we said on last night, and they are making sure that the Ministry of Public Works, the senator of the county, the superintendent, and all those involved in the conversation around the breach remain engaged. And they are hoping that as of Tuesday, following the appearance of the Minister of Public Works, the conversation around that breach should be history, because the CMC is ready. We will accept the condition necessary, because as a political party wanting to make intervention, we will accept if the Ministry of Public Works can play the supervisory role, that will be good. If they can come and give us the technical back up to construct the bridge, which of course we know we are capable of doing, but again, because of the coordination we want to put in the process. And the PL announced last night that 6 additional bridges connecting Bon, Nima, and Guinea, for funding for those bridges has been secured, and we are working towards constructing 6 additional bridges, not just in Bonn, but around Liberia, and that will include a connection between Nima and Bonn. There's another bridge between District Number 4 somewhere in the Panta area that's connect Guinea, and several other bridges, bringing the total of 6 bridges that the Citizen Movement for Change have earmarked, and they've gotten they've sourced the funding for those bridges, and those bridges will come online. So it is not just about the job bridge, but we are moving in with 6 additional bridges that we've already earmarked and sourced funding for as a party. That will be a major intervention for the people of Liberia, and the Citizen Movement for Change is very happy that our political leader and the team within the party are knocking doors and making sure that we make all necessary intervention in the process of giving Liberians life in the midst of the hardship under this current administration. So I just thought to pick in on some of the issues you talked about when I was backstage.
Thank you very much, Mr. Smith Toby. I mean, it looks like almost every week you come here, you and the PL, you come and bring breaking news. Last Saturday, he broke the news of the 26 pieces of yellow machines coming. Last night, he broke the news of the 6 additional bridges coming. He did talk about transportation, but now you've come in actually with the actual number, 20 buses. I mean, this is, CMC is on the move. I mean, I don't know, Doc. I'm really still, I'm still
Mr. Nangwe, I think Mr. Smith needs to keep muted because we're still getting feedback from him.
Okay.
Yeah, it's good now.
Thank you. So, Doc, I'm still trying to wrap my head around this thing. I mean, too many people are going to continue to wonder how we intend to do this, but that's what we're doing.
Absolutely. So if you don't mind, I had placed a video that would capture how I feel, how joyful I feel about the news that I get every day. If it aligns with who I am as a person, someone who wants to see changes, development. So if you guys don't mind, this video may be old, but I think it's appropriate to play at this time. So just relax and enjoy.
Did Evie approve?
Welcome to Yangwali. Hey, thank you for coming. We, the Delinda clan, Yangwali Pacific, welcome you on the ground. But we will not pass by Mr. Green. So, when you come on the ground to do the groundbreaking, we welcome you. In the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Ghost, we have to pass it through him. Give our hand. Thank you. And the way I welcome you, this is our heart. Mama,
there you have it. I just wanted to show how the people are so appreciative of the political leader Musa Hassan Billy and how humble he is. I also want to just dignify our culture of giving. I wanted the world to see how beautiful it is. So there you have it. I just wanted to show, he is a developmental oriented leader.
Absolutely, Doc, and thank you for bringing that very, heartwarming and very touching. You can see the excitement in the eyes of the people. Painted the hope is red, and red is one of our colors. At some time, we bring the yellow wave, sunshine. At some point in time, we bring the blue wave. Today, the painted little out town all red. Winston, you wanted to come in. What do you think about what we just
Yeah,
seen?
so I was wanted to ask that the other video that I also saw on the CMC global page where you have the PL and the entire crew passing another river to get access to where they were going. So it shows, you know, the hope he's having for the Liberian people. He's
Yeah,
very compassionate about the better Liberia that we all want. This is why you see he's moving in every corner, regardless of your location. He's moving in every corner, moving in all directions to make sure that he can get access to his people. This is what we call service to people. This is a man who is a representative of a particular district in Nima County, but he's going beyond, reaching in different homes. Okay, okay, yeah, reaching in different homes. This is the video I was talking about. Passing in river, passing in swamp, and making sure that
Yes, yes, our Musa has the ability to develop a hero, rich building that your area. You have to hear before. Musa ability. Development. The thing they can do, the one they can talk about. For your era, you go on your era. You need a dog and do a Musa ability.
I'm sorry, I was muted. So I was just saying that, this is a man who is very compassionate about the world, the way we want to see Liberia going. He want to make sure that regardless of your location, he want to reach out to you, hear your problem, identify the different challenges, and go for what you want to make sure that you can feel the impact of what he's bringing to the table 2029. So it's just a very clear sign to the people of Liberia. We still in 2025. A real let's say a politician who want to just come and come with rhetoric and false promises to the people, he's going to wait 2028 and come to you. But this is a man who have started 2025. This is a man who have realized that Liberian people suffering. This is not the way our people should be living with the kind of resources we have. Being one of the oldest countries in Africa, this is not the way we're supposed to be living. So I have to reach to my people and know the different problems they are facing. Let's get ourselves involved with national development, regardless of our stand of being an opposition. But let's get ourselves involved. We're not just going to sit there and criticize the government. Let's be a responsible opposition community. Let's be engaged with national development and make sure that the people can feel the impact of what we are doing. So it's a very clear sign to the Liberian people that This is about time that we give the chance to Honor Musa Hassan Bededu to take the country to where it's supposed to go, so we can have a better life in Liberia, so we can have employment opportunity, job creation, so we can have women going to school. By the way, when you saw the MCC scorecard, you saw that on the average, you know, the resources protection is around 20 something percent, and the girls education in Liberia is at the lower level and everything. So I think it's about time that we bring somebody in who think Liberia, who love Liberia, who going to change Liberia for the common good of everyone, so we all can be able to benefit our own resources, so we can have access to good education, so we can have find to market roads connections, so we can have better environment, safe environment for all Liberians. So that's what I wanted to say, Mr. Nangwe.
Thank you, Mr. Cooper. I mean, you brought a lot there. Yes. Last night we talked briefly about the MCC scorecard. You're right. We looked at workforce development. I think there's six sectors in that pie chart. We feel four of those. Just like you said, 33%. And this is the scorecard that our colleagues, on the other side are celebrating, but they've been celebrating this MCC scorecard for almost 2 years now. When are we going to see the money? Because when you pass now, I mean, I know it's a process, but hey, I don't know if it's going to take 2 years to unleash the funding. But yeah, they've been celebrating, I think, 22 or so, areas. I think we passed 12, which is about 55%, But the CDC filled, the past 14, and they were all over the place, like the PR said last night. They thought the CDC did poorly. And this go for 12, and yeah, they're celebrating all over the place. But yeah, it's a lot happening. We are going to do the best we can to just show to our people, what is possible, what they actually their true worth, what they're supposed to get out of their government. We'll continue to show it. And they can come and join us. Like we said, we can all share in our success, or they can try to stop us, and the people will stop them for us. We're not going to fight them, but the people will tell them, like the people in Bong have said, they should leave us alone and get out of the way. They've been there all these years, nobody knew they existed until we went there all of a sudden. They're now in the budget, and the people know that this is not true, and so I don't know that if we want to take a call too. I know this is your program tonight. You just asked me to hang on, so I don't want to start bringing all kind of things that you didn't plan on doing. I don't know if we.
Well, I wanted to just say a few words, just my observation of both of the videos that were shown, was that look at the landscape. You see the roads that the people are traveling on, see the houses. Okay, with all of the money that Liberia gets in terms of royalty, whether it's from the resources we get or the donation, look at the way that we look as a country. Look at that mud that those cars had to go in, the mud that the bicycle was riding in. And this is what we are talking about. We're talking about bringing change. We're talking about looking strategically to evaluate those situations, the roads, the homes. I know you guys will laugh at me, because the people that I with, I was driving through Liberia and seeing, yes, the villages and the towns are beautiful. People keep them very clean, okay, compared to the city of Monrovia. But we can design those things in a way, help them with the landscaping of those towns and villages that will make our country even more inviting and welcoming. And that's what we want to focus on. So, my people, if you're watching us, I want to ask you to continue to join us, share the show, but also join CMC, because we are not going to be sitting down or taking this the people can say, we're not going to take a listen. We're not going to sit down and listen and let it happen or taking a listen. Okay? We're on the move. And let me tell you too, we are the fastest growing political party in Liberia. So please join us today. I get a lot of texts from you, telling me I want to join. I want to join. You can text me or any of the panelists. We all are on Messenger. We have Messenger pages. Text us and tell us that you're interested in joining CMC, or you can go to www.cmclib.com. That is our Facebook page. It will give you more information about us, and then that's a way for you to also join the political party, no matter where you are in the world. So I just wanted to say that. To answer your question, Mr. Name, I know that the talk of the town related to the arrest, okay, the way how people are very unsettled in the country.
Yeah.
It's almost as if we're on the brinks of something. People in the country are feeling it. I saw several Facebook pages where people were saying that it reminds them of when tension was in a country, when the coup was going to start. How people were just so motivated to be angry at every little thing. And this is what happens to me, as somebody who has a political eye and also a psychology eye, is that when you are polarizing society, when you feel like it is your time to eat, as opposed to sharing the resources of the Liberian people with the Liberian people. Some people, and for a long historical times that we have seen people saying, this is our time to eat. This is our time to eat. One group king now their time to eat. There's another group king, they're eating not from here to the airport, but they're reaching it all the way to the arm. Okay? So that is what the feel of the country is. And so, Mr. Nama, I'm going to turn it over to you. I know there was this thing about this arrest, and the people just went crazy. You can ask your questions and we can discuss about it, and then maybe later on, because we're here until 8:30 tonight.
Yeah. Thank you, Doc. And again, thank you all. We're doing great tonight. I think you're talking about the land dispute that's going on
That's right.
in the
Red light.
yes, red light, I think Parker Pin area. I missed that, so I don't have much in it. I only read a little snippet today, only because many people were talking about it. But I understand that there was an arrest made, and an imam is in the midst of those who were arrested, and it appears that there was a dispute over a parcel of land, and they went to court. And it looks like one side did not like the decision that came out of the court, and so they decided they were going to halt the court order, the eviction order. And I think in the process, a lot of people got arrested. I don't know, Mr. Tobe, you want to come in since you're on the ground? How much of this I just said is a little bit off this, and how much of it is true?
You did good. They did release a letter. The CMC released a letter, and I'll just turn. Mr. Tobe can speak to that letter as well.
Okay.
And if you guys want, I can read the release whenever.
Yeah, you're ahead of me. I haven't seen that yet again. So
Okay, so like he rightly said, the situation in Liberia is the way people approach issue, and sometimes the approach lead to violence, and these land dispute cases, eviction notices coming from the judiciary, because people definitely go to court. And again, it is our mindset. It is the way we as citizens of the country intend to respect the rule of law. When you hear that there's violence in the country, police becoming heavy-handed, and people are resisting arrest, is the way people see the law in our country. And when somebody feels offended and goes to court, and there is a ruling from the court, whether you agree or not, if you want to have a redress, is to go back to the same court. But the situation seems to be a situation that is now on repeat. And the recent one that we about talking on, this time of the morning here in Liberia was actually, discouraging, because law enforcement officers were rather seen standing, and people were involved into serious violence, which turned bloody, which of course, later on police got involved, people got arrested, and then it had a semblance of trouble and attachment, something that have never helped Liberia and that will never help this country. So I think it is something that we all should condemn, like the CMC did on today through the release. Again, it is something that those law enforcement officers, those who are responsible to protect life and property, should also be in the know that when citizens gets angry, even in the process of enforcement, the first line of defense for every citizen is the police. So in the eyes of the police, when people get beaten and brutal, it send a message, and that's the reason why we get all of these reports, whether it's from MCC or it's from the UN Human Rights Report or the US Human Rights Report, and you always hear police brutality, you will hear human rights violation. Those things we take for granted have been monitored, and it's been counted against our performance as a country. For example, if there's an investor out there who is intending to bring his money into the country that is violent prone, he gets discouraged. He's not going to come to Liberia knowing very well that our rule of law is weak and people don't get proper judicial redress. People are violent in every little thing that happens. Even when there is a community fight, it tends to be very violent and it abuse people right. And the recent one I realized, we are hearing that it's a family thing, and one person went to court. The another person won the case. Someone is taking offense, and even in the process, to allow it degenerate to the extent that we saw blood on people, people got injured, police had to get involved and arresting people, and people started calling people names, Mandingo men, Mandingo people. We've gone to war. We've heard several different things. People have called people several names. We've hurt this country so bad that even reconciliation seems to be a very serious problem. One thing that is in Liberia that is on the face of people are just angry. So every little thing, the things people used to do as kids, you joke with your friends, you laugh over something. It's something difficult to see nowadays. A lot of people just walk in the street angry, and a little touch seems to be a light of fire. And we cannot continue to run a country in a civilized society and become violent like we continue to see in our country. The police are getting brutal. The citizens are becoming challenging to the authority. So it is all about us. It is now becoming a societal thing. And if it is in that form, that means we cannot put the blame on just the police. Because when citizens begin to resist arrest and take the law into their hands, then they are also violating the same law that's supposed to be respecting and protecting them. When people start to discriminate and call people by names, it is equally a violation. We all need to put that behind us and look to the to the direction that will help to build our country. Those things haven't helped us. I'm not sure it's going to help us in any way. And the CMC stands strongly against that. And that is why we came out with a statement today condemning the process and even asking the Liberian National Police to investigate and again to make sure that we behave orderly. It's the messages we're sending out there every time there's a violation, whether it's on school campuses, students are burning tires, and throwing stone, rejecting police arrests, police, chasing after people. It put the entire country story into a chaotic mood, and people watching us will not want to come to our country for a very serious investment. If the citizens and the police and the authority are always a local head, the law enforcement people are violating, the citizens are violating. It is a scary society, and no one wants to live in such a society.
Thank you, Mr. Smith. Winston and that, I wanted you to speak to this. Today, Jerome and I were, having a conversation somewhere else. But he brought to my attention that this is starting to look like an attempt at stereotyping, because the sentiment that seemed to be coming out of there was something about Mandingo people trying to fight the police, and that all of that. So, and he thought that this was starting to look like a very clever attempt at slowly building up a narrative that could eventually wind up on the laps of the CMC. I don't know if any of you see it that way. I mean, I saw some of the names. Yes, there was an imam involved, but some of the names that I read that were of people who were arrested, there was an Mandingo sounding names. But I don't know. Maybe he and I were just being a little bit too hypersensitive. I don't know.
Well, we have to be careful in Liberia because of our history of, some might call it ethnic divide, some might call it privilege divide, some might call it power divide. So we have to be very, very careful how we address these issues in Liberia, issues relating to simple things like a court order, and then we're hearing sentiments of people calling you by your ethnic names and calling you names and stereotyping you. Maybe I'm in denial, but I'm not ready yet to be a little bit hypersensitive to blame it on tribalism. However, there is an undertone to that. And the reason why there is an undertone to that, because when you have a government that tends to polarize people, tends to put groups against each other, as opposed to spending a significant of time uniting the country, this is what you get. We have a simple court order, and people are calling names and saying, if you are, I'm going to use my ethnic group because I think it is, I don't even want to, it's disgusting. It's not tolerated by me to be calling a specific group of people. So if you say the 5 people, they're no good because they were saying other words about a particular tribal group. How do you expect me from that region or that group of people to feel? Definitely I will feel disenfranchised. Definitely I will feel marginalized. So this may have looked, and I see where you and Mr. Gilman could have come from. I see that, but I'm not ready to go that far. But I can understand why people could have felt disenfranchised. But I want to say, if I can read or just summarize, the CFC had a brilliant response today to this whole event. And it says statement by the Citizens Movement.
Yes, if you be kind enough, please read the totality of that statement, Doc.
Yes.
Thank you.
And so it says statement by the Citizens Movement for Change, CMC, November 14, 2025, on the recent incident in the red light community. The Citizens Movement for Change, CMC, wishes to address the unfortunate incident that occurred yesterday in the red light community between the Liberian National Police and citizens during the execution of a court evicted order. So we know that this was just a court evicted, something that happened between two families. We are deeply concerned about a growing pattern of citizens resisting or attempting to interfere with the lawful decisions of the courts of the Republic of Liberia. As a people committed to building a peaceful and democratic nation, we must understand that the foundation of any civil society rests on its respect for the rule of law. Whether or not we personally agree with a court's decisions, we are obligated to honor it. This is the only way we can build a society that is fair, just, safe, and orderly. The actions carried out by some individuals yesterday in resisting police while carrying out a lawful court order are condemnable, unacceptable, and violate the laws that hold our nation together. No community, group, or individual has the right to challenge a lawful judicial decision through violence or mob action. So he did the CMC to me dealt, and you guys can see your point as well because there's two more paragraphs left. I'm just summarizing, dealt with the citizens and asked us to be orderly in order to have a civil society.
Yeah.
Then the part that I enjoyed the most, and I will also put a lot of responsibility on the police. Okay. It says equally troubling is the response of the Liberian National Police during this incident, where they stood by as citizens were physically assaulted and brutalized by others. Is that the role of the police to just stand by? They didn't say this, but I'm interjecting here. This is wrong and cannot be excused. While it is true that those assaulted initiated the violent act, the police has a legal and moral duty to protect all persons regardless of their tribe, religion, political affiliation, or social standing. Once an individual is in the custody of the LNP, the safety and the well-being of that person become the full responsibility of the police, and yesterday's incident was a violation of that responsibility. We call on the leadership of the police, LNP, to take the appropriate corrective actions to ensure that such negligence never happens again. As we move forward, we strongly call on all residents of the red light community and the country at large to remain calm, respect the law, and allow the justice system to function without intimidation or interference. We must remove tribalism, religious sentiments, and ethnic classifications from our conflicts. These divisions destroy our unity and undermine our peace. A conflict is not a tribal problem. A court decision is not a tribal attack. Disagreement among individuals is not a tribal confrontation. We are all Liberians. We rise together or we fall together. The CMC will continue to advocate for fairness, justice, and equal protection under the law for every citizen. We urge community leaders, youth, religious leaders, elders in the security sector to work towards calming tensions, prevent retaliation, and maintain peace in the area. Let us all together build a society where the law protects everyone and where justice is respected by all. Signed, James M.V. Yogi, Citizens Movement for Change. That's the chairperson of the political party, Mr. Yogi.
Thank you very much, Doc. Thank you so much. I'm glad you read that. I know Winston is pretty late on your side. You're getting tired. You want to do your closing if you want. But I mean, we have 15 more minutes, but it's up to you, buddy. But as you're getting yourself ready, let me just point out three different things that Doc pointed out that release. One, the the disturbing pattern of citizens resisting the lawful and legal responsibility of the police to enforce the law. Too often now we're seeing people taking onto themselves and fighting the police. That is wrong because when we do that, we are encouraging chaos. Two, and then we'll go deeper into this. You talked about the bystander, people standing by. And here in this country, you never see that. Anybody try that, people come in and try to tell them, you cannot do that to the law enforcement officer. We can't be standing by and urging people on, continue to disrespect the police and attack them. That is wrong. And then the police themselves, the way they conduct themselves. How do you stand by when citizens are attacking each other simply because they're attacking the people who attacked you? No, you have to be neutral in these matters. You cannot encourage violence. You can't encourage, gangsterism. That is wrong. Those are the three major things to me that popped out. Winston, you wanted to come in before Mr. Toby come in, and then we can make our parting comments so we can call it a day.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Nangwe. I think, like you said, you rightly put it. It's kind of late to my end, and I travel all the way here for a program. So
yeah,
it's 3:17.
We appreciate you, my man, and we appreciate all you guys do down there. It's a huge sacrifice. We appreciate it.
Well, what are you doing all the way in further east? If I can ask, I know I've been on nosy a little bit, but
no, I have other responsibility. There are other programs that I can be invited for. So I'm here for the academic excellence award. I was invited for the academic excellence award among the librarians community in Rwanda. So yeah.
Okay, awesome, great.
Yeah.
CMC. I love to hear that. Good news.
Yeah,
CMC.
CMC.
So it's good. It's good being here. Like the letter that I read, and with the three different points Mr. Nangwe raised tonight, I think it's something that we have to look at critically. But I want to start in this manner. I want to first and foremost say that Liberia, in the case of Liberia, is a different country. In all of African countries, because sometimes when you try to take it to the West, they say, they are Western people, they know how to conduct themselves. But in all African countries, there are colleges that you see law enforcement officer going there to get proper training, to know how to know comeback situation, to know, they will teach them about psychology, how to deal with things and, issue of such. But in Liberia, it's a different situation. You just see, somebody just go to police academy for 1 or 2 months. After that, they give them uniform and go to, to be able to enforce the law. At the end of the day, when they are comeback situation, they don't know what strategy to apply to be able to cool the situation down and all of that. So some of these things have contributed immensely to the way, situation like what happened in Red Light been taking place in Liberia. So what I want to say is that I do not support any citizen so far, stopping law enforcement officer or fighting law enforcement officer when it comes to when they are discharging their duty. I do not support that. And I first and foremost want to condemn the action of the citizen. With what we saw in real life, I think it was wrong. But I think the police too should take most part of this thing, because the first thing is that you have realized that the law enforcement officer in Liberia, the police, especially the police department, they have been used now for political accomplishment. So at the end of the day, the working relationship is not there with the people. The trust is not there. So what do you expect in that kind of environment? We saw what went on in the Capitol building when we had the impasse in the House of Representatives. The police was being used to back another group and go against another group. All those things contributed to what we've been seeing with the law enforcement officer. In other countries, the law enforcers are very independent, regardless of what regime, who is in power, who is not in power. They are strictly focused on how to execute their responsibility. So I think it is about time that the RG of police, I think he been visiting Rwanda on so many occasions, and few other police been coming to Rwanda again for training. I hope and pray that they will be able to take back some of these different ideas, the way other countries, African countries around here, use their police force in a very responsible way, that they are able to establish that kind of relationship with their citizens. Because what we're seeing is really bad. The police are charged with the responsibility to protect lives and property. Like that says something very important. If if you have been apprehended, or if you have been arrested by the police is on an obligation to give you that maximum protection. But what we saw in real life was a different version of it. We saw the imam was being taken by the police, and yet and still you still have other people who were around still using stone and all of that on the imam. I think it was wrong. The police who have protected him, but with everything they had. But there is no respect for the police, because the institution have been politicized now. They have been used to accomplish political mission. So at the end of the day, people will have different view about them. There will be no respect for them in the society and all of that. So I think Gregory Coleman needs to do his best to make sure that there are, respect restored for this police under his regime, to make sure that the police can have a good working relationship with the people, so that when they are exercising their responsibility, they will not be denied for that, or they will not be challenged in the process. So we just hope and pray that Liberia will be better on the CMC, because this is why we are doing things differently. Professional people coming on board. We're working with everyone across to make sure that when we have been given a chance on the night to serve the people of Liberia, we're not going to struggle with rebuilding again. We will already be built. The system will be there, and everybody going to coexist to make sure that Liberia can move to a better place. So I just want to say thanks for being here tonight, and I appreciate all our viewers. I think it's really, really late from my end, so I will have to run. And again, I look forward to coming back on Monday so we can keep having present and engaging conversation on behalf of the citizen movement for change. And have a good night from my end.
Thank you very much, young man. Much appreciated. And I will get to you on what we talked about in the back. Yeah, I'll get to you. But thank you very much. Our regards also to our CMC mods and all Liberians over there in the eastern part of Africa. Thank you very much. Yeah, Mr. Tobe, let's briefly, man. Let's spend the last few minutes. What do you think? I mean, we all grew up in Monroe, in Liberia, so we understand some of these factors. But I know that a lot of work has been done on the police to kind of restore morale, and boost. They've had a trust and credibility deficit with the people, but I know a lot of people are trying, including I think Winfred Russell, through the Minnesota Police or something. A lot of they have this assistant chief of police, Juan Cooper. He was over here retired. I think a lot of people are trying to help, to restore, help the police, brush them up with their training and all of that, how to conduct themselves, community policing and all of that. But still, I think they still struggle with, with getting the kind of respect that they deserve from our people. What do you think is responsible for this breakdown of respect from our people for the police? Because too often we've seen them now, the industry and people, disrespect them to try to enforce the law, exercise their legal responsibility, and people obstruct. I mean, we've seen people fight the police in the street. What do you think is happening here?
Well, again, I think you heard me talk about a angry society, and I think the entire country looks angry, and so people, some very little thing that you least expect, turn violent within the twinkle of an eye. So if it is not citizen against citizen, it will be a citizen approach to a police officers trying to do his work. Few weeks back, we were talking about a commercial driver that ran into a police officer. And the police took that very serious. And there have been countless reports of altercation between police and civilian. Because I think the way the people have seen the police, even though the way at times the police respond to situation as well, has given rise to some of the things we see in the country. But again, when you take the flag of your country on your left shoulder or on your right shoulder, it means that you are the first respondent, especially police officers. But our police officers, even though under this administration where Gregory Coleman said as the IG of police, they look well dressed nowadays. They are uniformed properly. They look equipped. I see them riding bicycle now in communities, trying to make their presence felt. But I think one thing they all need to work on, even in the police, they are angry. They are angry. Anger issue in Liberia has become a very serious situation. I saw one video, was it on yesterday or today? A gentleman has gone to the Liberian Senate to see a fine of something. Even the private security got angry. The beating up, the dragging out of the fence. They even decided to handcuff him on the gate. Anger. So I think it should be something that I don't know what sort of orientation we need to give or talk about, but the approach of our police officers and the citizens, is a very serious thing. Is gradually going off hand. People are no longer afraid of the police, and the police, in their own defense, are becoming very, hard-handed on civilians, because the civilians will be very brave. They will hike the police, and the police will not stand there to see that happen. For the red light situation, the police have said the guys were using petrol bomb. So how can a situation of such, in the midst of that, there is a petrol bomb? People were throwing petrol bomb. There were deadly weapons in the midst of the crowd. We are even hearing that one of the court officers got injured, during the process. The police now, in their arrest, with all of the situation in the arrest, they arrested 14 persons. Out of the 14 names, I don't know whether you've seen the name that you I'm not sure you've seen it.
I saw something on the investigator. I kind of browsed through it quickly, but go ahead.
Yeah,
so they got
14 as well.
Yes.
They got 14 persons that they arrested,
Yes.
and they said, they will go on an investigation. But I'm concerned about a densely populated community like red light, and you picked up people almost like we were talking of almost one trap. If you check the 14 names, there's just 2 different names that look different. The rest of the name comes from one group of people. You understand? So I'm sitting here thinking about if a violent situation with the people that we saw throwing stone and according to the police throwing and a petrol bomb, were there people of just one group of people? I can read the names for you.
Yeah.
There's Abraham Jallo. There's Iman Abu Kamara, Usman Toure, Sekou S. Kamara, Afa Kamara, Mohamed Kroman, Hassan Kamara, one Prince Robert, Mohamed Dankate, Mohamed A. Kamara, Usmani Kamara, James Jala. So if you count the Kamaras here, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 out of the 14 carry Kamara names. So I'm just thinking, in the midst of that, is it a family that has been arrested with all of them almost of the same name and of the same tribe? So it's also concerning. But again, that's what the police have said. They were all part of it, and we look forward to seeing how they go to court, what will be the charges, and how the prosecution will proceed in the process. I'll start here.
Thank you very much. We're winding down. Doug, as you come in to make your last comment, let me just remind our audience again, we're in transition. So for now, you can find us on YouTube. You can also find us on the CMC Diaspora USA. You can also find us on Dr. Richardson's page. And you can also find us on Inside Liberia. Again, the banners are in the making. We'll be announcing how you can easily find us very soon. We're also considering adjusting our time so that we can come up early. For those of you in Liberia and other parts like Winston here, who was of course and all of that. So please keep that in mind. Very soon we'll be announcing, where to find us. Thank you. Okay, Dad, please.
Yeah, I'm just gonna first say 3 words or sentences and close because I know that I have another CMC engagement. After this, we have another meeting. But when you're in the position of power, you have to behave differently. In this case, we find that the police were in a position of power. They were the authority. And so I expected them to behave differently. I expected them to not escalate the situation. I expected them to have preconceived strategies for the best, how to handle the best and how to handle the worst. As someone who's been in the classroom setting and academic setting for a long time, now that I don't have students who are challenging, but I'm in a position of power all of the time, and I must play that role. So I just wanted to say that as we end the show. I want to thank everyone for coming. I want to thank you guys for awesome panelists, and it was a great show. So that's all I have to add.
Thank you very much, Doc.
Monday, I want to talk about that anger issue. I heard Mr. Toby talk about anger.
Yes.
That is something that I can talk about, what it is, how it started, some of the internal issues that relate to our anger. So I can speak about that.
Okay.
Thank you, Doc. Is that Ensu? Ensu in the studio with us?
Henry.
Yes, Henry. Thank you very much, young fellow. You're doing a wonderful job. Thank you, Mr. Toby. Thank you again. Thank you all for what you're doing. We know the PLC, you guys have another rally tomorrow. I think he did tell us. Please remind him he has an engagement to talk to my district people. It's between 1 to 3 o'clock Liberian time. I sent him the information by WhatsApp. I told him last night. I know he will not forget. But help
Where
me
is that district? Where is that district?
District, Barabo Statutory District. That's in Maryland, closer to River G.
Oh, okay. Barabo.
Yeah, Barabo, yeah.
Okay.
So right now, when we leave for 30 minutes before our other meeting, I'm going to the meet and greet. It's virtual, so I'm going there now, and then I'll join you at 9 o'clock there. But thank you all very much, Mr. Toby. Thank you. See you on Monday.
Okay, thank you, and thanks to everyone for joining us this
Thank you.
night.
CMC, for the people, by the people, and to the people. Citizens movement for change. Oh yes, a new day has come. Yes, a new